Trash to Cash Podcast, episode 61. I'm Dave, the NC Picker. With me, as always, Kevin, the Commonwealth Picker, and Carrie, the In-N-Out Employee of the Year from
2010. Yes.
Which is just a complete fabrication.
No, I was.
You were never an employee of the year ever.
I was technically in the running. Technically in the running.
Like Dane Cook in the movie Employee of the Year with Jessica Simpson?
Exactly.
So you're in your current reselling business, Dawn has won Employee of the Year for how many consecutive years?
Ever since she joined the team. So 2014 on. Yes.
I heard tell that Dawn was potentially going after your wife, Kevin.
Oh, really? Did I see that? Wait a minute.
No, you might not have seen it. She sent you a message on
Instagram.
Kevin did the most clickbait title in the history of clickbait.
He's on a roll with the clickbait.
It was the worst. Ridiculous. He blurred out some nudie magazine on his thumbnail, and then he said he might ruin his marriage over this. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, honestly,
I had so much respect for you at that. I was really proud. I was like, that is the best thing I've ever seen. That's
actually the third time I've done that video. Not that particular one, but that theme, that idea.
Yeah, well, I also noticed he cuts away to himself with these aggressive camera angle swaps. Oh, sorry, hit my mic. Sorry about your headphones. I don't know if you saw this, Carrie, but it's he's there, and then half a second later, his camera's up here. I swear he's got Turner hanging from the rafter, holding up one of the cameras.
I take a swig of Coca-Cola every time he does his little logo in the middle of the video, and I'm in a coma by the end of the video.
Listen, that was Carrie inspired. Carrie one time told me you need to have movement in your TikToks, and I'm like, well, forget TikTok, man. I'm putting it on YouTube. I put it on all of this stuff.
I know, man. We're getting motion sickness. It's good.
No, but he goes back to his cabin and he's like, I feel like you've got to get some pushback for this. He goes on about how, his wife doesn't really like when he buys scantily clad women, but he thinks he can hide it from her. And his goal was to make sure she never found out. This is what he's putting on YouTube.
All right, so let's look at this video.
What are the comments? There has to be someone you shouldn't be trying to hide something from your wife, young man.
This video, let's go to the scoreboard here. What do they used to say? Let's go to the something. Carrie knows. Sports people used to say.
Let's go to the replay? I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. Let's go to the replay. There you go. There it is. So let's go to the not replay. I have not lost any subscribers yet, and a lot of times it happens. You lose some at the beginning, and then you build back. So no subscriber loss for that. I did have one complaint in the comments. Let's see here. What else do I got here? I'm talking about thumbs up, thumbs down. Well, Dave likes thumbs up, thumbs down here, so I'll have to do that.
I care about that statistic. I think it's important. What is your percentage?
Working on it. I'll get to tell you in a second. But my average is over 99, so we'll see. It is a 99.1.
Wow.
Now, okay, so let's first of all, this is a show, if you're new here, it's kind of a reselling podcast. A bunch of resellers talking reselling. But it also sometimes, creeps into hemorrhoids and diarrhea and also content creation. Which, by the way,
I have 3 degrees also, which we talk about.
They put me on amoxicillin for my tooth. This dentist was terrible, right? He's like, well, I don't know what's wrong with you. Here's an antibiotic, right? And he gives me an antibiotic. I go over to an actual endo dentist, which is a real dentist, I guess. And she's like, yeah, you need a root canal right away. And so they go ahead and do a root canal on me and fix everything. And it doesn't even hurt. I get a root canal and it didn't hurt nearly as much as the crown. It was miraculous. I was like, ah. And I haven't had other than minor discomfort from a sizing issue, I've had no discomfort. Haven't taken a Tylenol since Friday at this point.
I know, and
I'm feeling great. I was almost dead.
Yeah, you were taking way more Tylenols than you should be.
Plus the amoxicillin, I was spending half my day on the toilet. And the important thing is I learned there's something called an internal hemorrhoid. And that is a lot like what I imagine prostate cancer feels like.
Yeah.
But it only lasts a couple days.
Yeah, so
that's content of the week.
It's weird.
Less than 5 minutes and we're off the rails.
It does mess up your listing though if you're used to spending 3 to 4 hours on the John and you're spending 8 to 9.
And Carrie, what is the plural of Tylenol? I think Tylenol is the plural of Tylenol.
Tylenol.
Tylenol, yeah.
What is it in
Tylenol.
Spanish?
Well, no, Carrie,
Tylenol, I think.
You see this
I think so.
behind me? You see that little glowing light there? That's one of those little listing photo boxes.
Oh, look at you, all
Okay.
fancy! Wow.
I bring that into the toilet with me, and I just list while I'm on.
Well, you
there.
could just take some pre photos and then list it on the John as the.
Or in the drive-thru.
You see my new lounge flies? I got 2 new lounge flies. I got the Grinch and then E.T. You know the E.T. one. You thought that was
The
cool.
E.T. was dope. The E.T. was dope.
Yeah, I got both of those. So.
Dude, it's so sad. I feel bad at this point, like for
Why
your
all this
family.
decorating the background and stuff, Dave? You didn't used to do all that stuff.
See, I took
Listen, I'm just
decoration
stepping up my
down.
game.
Mine was too much. Now I only
It
have
was
3
a little
things.
loud. No, yours was a little loud. I agree. Yours
Mine
was
was
loud.
too much. I like
Kevin's is okay.
Kevin's
and mine's
is
just
folksy
right.
and whimsical. There's a saying about love or family above them. I think.
Yeah, love better.
Yeah.
The love,
Aristotle
the
quote. I think. What is it?
Amen.
I
I
can't
don't know.
read.
So, Kevin, what kind of retention rate you got on your last video?
I don't know. I don't know.
Not well. It won't be there. It won't be there for the the one where you bought the new women.
Dave? Why do you ask? I have
Because
a feeling
mine
I know
is
why.
really good.
Oh yeah.
For
Really
me.
good.
For me.
I thought you
On my
asked
last
because
video,
I
it was really good for me.
put, and you don't do this often. I got to get your take on it here. Is I put
Hot
the topic of the thumb and the title in the first 2 minutes of the video, which I don't.
No, I
normally
saw
do.
that, and so what's interesting is I stopped watching after that. I was like, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to
There
see.
you go. There you
I
go.
usually shut off Kevin's video the second he puts a hat on. I'm there for the no. I like
No
sassy. I
The
like
3 seconds.
sassy. I like sassy no hat Kevin and
There you go.
not business hat Kevin. I don't.
Did
like
you see?
business
That's
hat
how I
Kevin.
combated what I knew would be the inevitable pushback for the thumbnail, and then your wife. It's a bunch of bogus stuff. Is I did it with my hat off, so people were completely distracted.
They didn't
by
even
that,
know it was
and
Kevin.
they didn't even
They're like,
know.
oh, it's not Kevin. It's okay. It's just some other guy in
Who's
the
this?
cabin.
Somewhere between 20 and 60-year-old man sitting, because it's hard to tell with your hat off if you're
It is. It's
21
confusing.
or if you're 63. I have no idea.
I mean, listen, Botox is affordable now, Kev. That's all I'm gonna say.
You just got to
Okay,
do
no.
it. That's what I would look like with the facelift, like this.
Oh, and by the way, I actually made it all the way to where you bought the yogurt maker. So I did actually last
Wow.
a little bit longer, but I didn't
Okay.
get
Did
further
you
than that, but
see?
that's
Oh, you
'cause
didn't get
Tina
further than
wanted-
that. Did you see me miss the
Dang it.
scream mask?
Yeah, well, no, I saw you pick up the little inflatable thing. That wasn't a scream mask, was
No.
it?
So I get this message on the comments, and they're like, "Dude, you missed the scream mask or whatever." I'm like, there was no scream mask in here. I wouldn't miss a scream mask. And so I'm going through it to try and find it, and it was a pink scream mask, which there is a pink scream mask, but it was I can't remember the name of it. Sarah Spook or something like that. I don't know. I don't think it's actually a scream mask. It might have been in the movie. I don't know. But it does. People list it with
Those
scream
colored
in the
ones
title,
sell for a lot. Yeah.
and it sells. There's different generations. I don't know how good, but my guess is, I mean, most stuff on the table is vintage. It's probably $100 mask left sitting right there.
Well, you might as well just hang up your old reselling shoes.
Whatever.
You're
I
losing.
love it, man. I still learn. I learn, and now I know. I
Speaking of
literally had it
learning,
in my hand.
I want to learn something, Kevin.
Okay.
I mean, I got the whole joke. Kevin, after he does this thing, Carrie, where he talks
What?
about
What is
how
this?
his wife is going to be mad at him.
Yeah.
He shows that he's literally got a bed in the supply hut cabin.
I love it. I love it, man. He thinks
was-
everything out. It's like
It was
movie.
funny, but I was really also kind of confused as to why. Like, why?
I told
it's not
you
that far from your
because I
house.
bought stuff I shouldn't have bought.
Yeah, but
You've
is it,
met my
is there a
wife,
plan?
Dave.
But is there?
You've
yeah,
met
but
her.
she's more
a
inappropriate
loose
than
cannon.
you.
She's a loose. That's what's inappropriate to her is okay.
Oh, she can be inappropriate, but
That
you
is
can't.
correct. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, but is there was that for Carrie? Next time he comes, he can sleep on that little bed.
Yeah.
Or-
Well, I'll tell you what. And
I thought it was going to be a Corvette bed. That's
A couple years ago, Dante came through, and I'm like, dude, I don't have any extra rooms. I got all these kids, these animals. There's no place to sleep. Dave or Carrie knows that. I put them in the death Airbnb over there.
Yep.
Murder Airbnb.
We almost died.
So I'm like, and Dante left here. I'm like, where are you staying, dude? And let me, help you do something. Dude slept in his car, which apparently he does all the time. And I'm like, oh, dude, I feel bad. So now when somebody comes by, they got a place to crash. When I get kicked out of the house,
There you go.
which you think is a joke, but You don't know. I'm telling you, it's more true than you know.
I've never gotten kicked out of my house. Kevin.
Your
Maybe
supply
you could
hut.
be a better husband.
To be fair, the supply hut is pretty posh. It's nice. You've got like all sorts of siding. Nice. You have a flat screen TV.
I thought
there's hidden doors.
There's 2 TVs. There's going to be 3 actually. But what I thought Dave was going to complain about was the fact that I managed to sneak in the supply hut thing on the TV with the code in a Commonwealth Picker video for the first time. See, that's really why
I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that if it happened. I saw the supply hut like logo somewhere.
It's on but TV. All I know is he's paying for it.
He's getting way more bang for his buck than he deserves. I totally should have called it the NC Flipper Hut because I would have gotten a ton of exposure with that sucker.
Let me tell you.
Okay, so here's a question. I'm gonna quiz you guys. This is gonna be a little challenge of the week. You know, I like to do segments. I'm a big segment guy.
Oh, you are huge into segments. Yeah. Yes.
You should list
looking
a title.
At this picture. Okay, this is a thumbnail for my latest video. I want you to tell me what item do you think the hidden grail is based on this thumbnail?
Funny, Dave. I literally have written down on my list because I actually prepare for things unlike these 2 clowns.
Okay, yeah.
I actually have on the list here !, mom's huge score, !, vintage grail. That's what I have here, !, meaning what are these things? Because I haven't watched these videos.
Is it like the white thing, the game
Would
system?
you imagine it's one of the 3 items under the magnifying glass?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. All right. So look, you got it. So if you were to watch this video and see me buy one of these 3 items,
is that magnifying glass not magnifying anything?
Yeah, I don't think it is.
No, I didn't make the thumbnail. Paul made it for me. I thought it was a cool thumbnail, so I used it. But yeah, I mean, to me, it's going to be one of those 3 items, right? But I got so many people like, what the heck was the grail? And I only bought one of those 3 items, that black thing in the middle, the box.
Yeah.
It's a vintage wrestling game from like the 80s, a board game, and it sells for like $100. And that, you know, if that's the one thing you bought,
is that a grail? $100 grail? Like
I didn't make the thumbnail. I can't take any credit.
It is a grail because I'm going to use that today on my video. So it will be $100.
I used grail like 10 times. Grail is everything. Everything's a grail.
Go back and see if I did it before you or after. I'm not the first one.
Froggy did it first.
I think Froggy did it first. Yeah. And probably somebody before that.
Kermit?
Yeah, he did I didn't actually really like the mom's big score thing, but I had no time to fix it, and so I just went with it, and it performed okay.
Okay.
We should talk about the fact. We should talk about the fact where I made fun of a crying. We were talking about the evolution of thumbnails, and I made fun of somebody crying in their thumbnail, and literally the next day you were crying in your thumbnail. I didn't know that. I thought that was like really weird because you even said, I went back and watched it. I hate watching our podcast. It's terrible. But I went back and watched it, and you did say that. You did say, wait up for tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah, I said, wait for tomorrow. And I was so tempted to pull it out.
It was sweet, too, and I felt bad. I felt like I was a monster.
I had to review it with Tina. I said, can I even publish this video? It's so embarrassing. And she's like, people like real
They like
Dave.
real Dave.
What's embarrassing?
I hate fake Dave.
Just like
really?
The crying.
See, because my wife I showed her something like that. She's like, "You lost your man card. It's over." I'm like, "Dude."
Oh, one of the comments on there is you're basically a girl.
Yeah,
that was one of the comments. I was like, all right, whatever. Sorry,
it's 2022, guys. We can be in tune with our emotions. Okay,
we're allowed to feel.
We're allowed when you're my age, it's a little suspect.
Yeah. If you want to fake. If you want a fake,
we get away with it.
If you want a fake corny video, go watch a Commonwealth Picker or Harry Tornado.
Yeah,
video.
Hey Carrie, I called you out there. I shouted you out in my video. You didn't get that far, did you?
Oh no, was this in your Flipper video?
It was today's Picker video. I found some Cutco knives. Dave, you might have got that far.
I haven't watched it yet, but I found
a Cutco block in my latest video.
Yeah. Cutco knives. I wish they were here. You know, I was looking through knives. Cutco. No Cutco. I'm like, they're awesome. Pick them up no matter what American Arbitrage says. That's what I said.
Don't pick them up, guys. Let me have them all. That's what I get accused of constantly, is telling people not to buy stuff so I can buy it all somehow.
I got 99.5% likes on my Dave being a wimp video. So people were fine with it. There was only 0.5% that gave it a down.
It was weirdly and aggressively humanizing, and I felt uncomfortable.
Well, I can't help it, dude. I get
It was
emotional with
fake,
like,
dude. How do you? He's the
dude,
thespian
when I watch
here, not you.
no, when I watch like Biggest Loser, I cry. When I watch like anything where
I
someone's
tried
like
out.
improving them,
I tried out for Biggest Loser. Did I tell you guys that?
I
Like,
assume
10 years
you
ago?
didn't make it because
No.
you're not big enough.
I wasn't big enough, but I wanted to be
They
on it.
like 400 or 500 pound people.
But I wanted to be on it.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
FYI.
listen, you'll always be the biggest loser to me
Aw.
on this show.
Thank you.
No, Kevin, I was
Yes.
just excited because my Hidden Grail video got a 65% retention.
Wow, that is impressive.
I was pretty proud.
Very
of that.
good. Your retention rate's higher than mine, actually. I think it's a little harder. I tell myself this. It's harder as you grow.
What's like the over-under that anybody's listening to this podcast at this point? We've
It's
thrown
Kevin.
on about...
It's got to be all the Commonwealth Picker logos. They're just like,
nah.
watching Commonwealth Picker.
Throwing out just over my head right now.
All of this, I want all the people listening to this, watching this, seeing this, to know that they give me this criticism, and then it magically appears in their videos weeks later. Almost everything they criticized me for. I mean, the thumbnails,
everything
just magically turns into what happens.
I start my videos like I've been starting a lot of my videos like mid-pick, like right as I find something, because you did it that one time. And I immediately because we talked about it. And I'm like, that's brilliant. I love that.
I'll tell you what, I
love it. It's such a good idea.
You know who's been doing that, and then I kind of learned that from is Bearded Thrift Machine.
I like it. It's
He's
such a
been
good
doing
idea.
what?
He's done that in a lot of videos where he just starts off right there in the middle of it.
Well, my whole thought process is I just need, like for Facebook, because I put all my YouTube videos on Facebook, I need them to watch that first minute at least, because you get paid on Facebook if they watch.
Oh, it's all about the money. See, it's about all the creativity and art.
I want to be creative, but I also want to be rich like you two. You two are swimming. You guys are swimming in cashola right now. Let's be honest.
No, I'm not, and I'm telling you, I have a real problem.
My whole life, Carrie. That's like one step above working it in.
Now you got fancy poison shirts. People probably think you're Brett Michaels there in Bedford when you're walking around with that shirt on.
I'm about to have cooler shirts than Kevin. I'll tell you that.
That's
just
when you
wait till my Raleigh Roots video.
That's when you know I've made it. When I start wearing cool vintage style shirts, that's when I know.
So I have somebody we all know coming to visit the cabin in January. And they sent me a message like, what hotel should we stay on in your city and stuff? And I'm like, oh, none. You shouldn't stay in any hotel. I said, or Airbnb. I said, stay about 30 minutes away and you'll be safe.
Who is it? You're not going to tell us?
The secret?
Is it a
I
secret?
could probably. It's somebody who's mentioned on the show often. And no, it's not Jim.
Dude, Ranked Profit? Dude, I attended a $7 webinar.
Yes,
dude, he could afford anything, guys.
Ranking's coming, baby.
I did figure out, like, I went and I clicked through on his webinar. It's $7, which is not that expensive, but I don't know. I feel like
it's $7, but then he's going to upcharge you, though, I bet.
Well, this is the problem. It's eBay to Amazon, as Kevin was saying. Meaning you buy stuff on eBay and you sell it on Amazon. Don't you feel like, you're $7, you train like 500 people to do this, and then your competition is so high, you're not going to be able to succeed?
It's almost like the key is just to sell the programs and not actually have to do that work.
That's not it. Are you making the same criticism that people criticize us for? You're telling everybody how to do eBay and you're ruining it for the rest of us?
Well, that is true.
Don't you feel like eBay is this one? Well, hold on, Kevin. eBay is a marketplace every reseller has access to. Not every reseller has access to the yard sale behind your house. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit different to me.
Well, did you see in this one, again, almost every video we do now, I think between the three of us, I know I've seen some with Dave, people are recognizing. I mean, they all, and like, there's a person in the thing today. You inspired my husband to go to garage sales. So, I mean, they're going to garage sales in my hometown.
I was at the bins, it's weird. At the bins, I'm either never recognized or I'm recognized by 5 people. Today, nobody recognized me. The day before, the time before, I think 4 people came up to me. So yeah, you do this. People get to know that.
Wear your NC Picker shirt. They'll all recognize.
Oh yeah,
Carrie has this like great story, Kevin. He has a great story that he doesn't want to tell on the podcast, and I don't really understand why. He's got a bin story.
And so you're trying to call him out.
You can't tell that bin story on the podcast. Carrie.
Oh, do you want me?
Carrie, this is
I don't think there's any. You don't need to name names.
And don't send them to Dave. That's why I ask you for favors and not Dave, because it becomes public knowledge on the podcast.
Hey, you know what? Our viewers appreciate my inability to keep a secret.
Okay. It just can't
irony
leave.
here
It
somewhere.
can't leave. If I talk about it, it can't leave the podcast. Though.
Yeah, I can't leave this room,
It
guys.
can't leave this room.
You
So, no.
4,000 people, don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anybody. So no, I went to the bins, and some guy was kind of was mean mugging me when I walked in, and I've seen him there before. And then right when I got there, they made the announcement like, "Don't film at the bins, or we will kick you out." Like very Rambo aggressive. I was like, I hadn't been filming there for a month because they continually caught me. I kept getting caught. I was trying to make cool videos, but they're really weird. In Utah, which we're going to next week, we can film all the time at the bins, but in Vegas, they don't like it. So anyway, I wasn't filming. I haven't been for about a month once they basically said stop it for real. And this guy came up to me and he was so mad at me. He's all like, we don't want to, we know you were filming. We were on the film. It says don't film anywhere on here, and we don't want to be filmed. We don't want to be filmed. Many of us here don't want to be filmed. And I'm like, first off, I'm not filming you. I'm not here to film you guys at the thrift store. I'm here to film the stuff I'm finding because that's cool and interesting. And he got so mad, man. He's like, take it down. Take down the videos. Take down the videos. And man, I felt bad, but I was like, I'm not taking them down. And I walked off. And I don't get very much like that ever.
Carrie's a rule follower.
Yeah, I'm a rule follower by nature. But yeah, no, I think I stood up for myself. He was not happy with me. I wasn't trying to be mean, but I don't think he realizes nobody knows he's in the videos. Nobody cares. Nobody.
Well, I told Kevin, I told Carrie that he should change his thumbnail to be that guy's face and said he didn't pay his taxes and just do a big, just a big arrow.
I don't think the IRS is watching our videos to see who we're buying from and then go. I don't think that's logical.
Suck it, IRS, and then just point to him.
No, but I mean that is stuff that happens when you're filming all the time like we are. It doesn't happen as much as people
I have
might
a guy,
think.
Carrie. I have a guy that I haven't made him a character in my videos. You know how I have Honest Tim, Bizarro Kevin, and all those guys. I never made him a character because I ask him about stuff. He's clearly 100% a reseller, but he says, "Oh no, I just collect this stuff and whatever." I'm like, dude, you're filling your truck up every week with stuff I sell on eBay. You are a reseller, but I know he is deathly afraid that somebody's gonna.
And I also think people think like the bins or garage sales or thrift stores are some massive secret, and they're not, guys. Here's the thing about anything in life: if you're looking for an excuse why it's hard or why you're not going to be successful in it, you're going to find it. Because when I started reselling in 2011, there was nobody really doing YouTube or any social media, and all they complained about at the thrift store all day was storage wars and Pawn Stars is American Pickers. They're ruining everything for us. And I've heard from other people before that it was eBay's ruining it. eBay's ruining the prices. Before that, it was Sears and Roebuck's calendar is ruining everything for everybody. So there's always an excuse, is what I'm saying.
You're absolutely right. I've got a comment from Creepy Biscuit. I don't know if this is like Biscuit Butt's cousin or something.
Buddy.
But
Creepy Biscuit, yeah.
You should probably read those names in a minute, and we should talk about American Bubble Boy and resupplying before the year's over. All right, check the link below. This is the comment. This is the only negative comment I see so far about this whole video that you guys are, libeling here. This whole my wife doesn't like buying X shtick is so overplayed. You are a reseller. She isn't telling you not to buy stuff. It's literally your job. And so my reply, which I can't get because my computer doesn't work here. My reply was, "You don't know my wife very well." He didn't like that reply very much. With all due respect, I told him this: most of the current audience understands what my videos are about, and they enjoy them. Most will watch regardless of the title and thumbnail because the videos are basically the same every time. Just having a little fun. Sorry if this offends you. So that was the only negative comment that I got.
So Creepy Biscuit actually earned, I think, a lifetime ban on my channel. I'm just double checking, but I'm pretty sure. I'm not kidding. He said something that annoyed me to the point where I banned him. I ban people if they annoy me enough.
Dave does wield very swiftly the ban hammer.
I do, yeah. If you're just not giving any sort of constructive criticism consistently, it's got to be consistent.
I won't
over
ban
several videos.
I don't ban anybody. In fact, I like to talk with them because it's entertaining.
Yeah. Seriously, you don't ban anybody? Even I ban.
I literally don't ban. I don't think I banned any. Maybe I banned a few people. Like
if they talk
especially-
about my kids or my wife's stuff,
Absolutely, yeah,
done.
that's
Done.
an
Yeah.
instant ban.
Well, yeah,
Instant ban.
I don't get that much, but yeah, I ban people like that. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, well, I would hope they're not talking about your kids that don't exist.
Yeah,
That'd be a little weird.
that would be weird. That would be.
Well,
kinda
I guess
rude.
it would be like, Carrie, I have a kid with you, and I never told you.
Man, I don't want to
You a
hear.
daddy.
I'm a dad.
Yeah,
I didn't
man.
know. You're
I
banned.
No,
heard-
yeah, I just checked because I know I've seen that name, and I just looked,
Creepy
and I don't have
Biscuit.
any comments from Creepy Biscuit. He's banned on my channel, so I don't know what he says to me anymore. He must have said something that bothered me enough to ban him at some point. In the
I don't know.
past.
Like if your name's Creepy Biscuit, you're gonna probably be loose with your words, and you're gonna say mean things.
Well,
Creepy
and I
means-
remember it was something about like me saying something weird, I think, and I was like, this coming from the Creepy Biscuit. Like that was my comeback to him at some point in time. Yeah.
Isn't it funny though? The names, you can look at the names of the people who are, trolling you or leaving messages, and they almost always seem appropriate.
If somebody was like
always.
yeah, if somebody
Always.
was like malicious lobster, I wouldn't even read. I would just immediately ban them because everybody knows how kind lobsters are.
Sounds
until
like a
they're
V
boiled.
friend.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
sound like a V
malicious
friend,
lobsters.
like an alternate. They're gonna do villains.
Although-
Do you think?
Villains? You
Yeah, like
think
V
so?
friend villains. They should like
You
the
think?
negative emotions.
Like,
maybe.
get a little yin and yang going.
Exactly,
I
I
don't
think-
know. I don't know.
I'm sure if you're listening, Gary Vaynerchuk,
I have
you
a
can
villain.
have
I
that
don't,
idea.
I don't think
I'm
he's.
You
bizarre.
can have that
Kevin.
idea.
Yeah.
Hey, you'll be happy to know, guys, my new top category on eBay for the last month is collectibles.
Yeah. Department
Finally-
56.
Yeah, finally,
nice.
villages and
Hallmark
houses.
ornaments.
Villages
Mine's,
and houses, almost $1,000. Yep.
Mine
Oh,
is,
mine's
uh,
going to be G.I. Joe.
Mine's
Yeah.
fake. Mine's fake leather chaps. So not the actual leather chaps, just the pleather ones.
I really regret it. I walked by a motorcycle seat. I think it was Corel. I can't remember the brand. It was a C name.
Corel, isn't that like a soap or something?
No, it
No,
was
it's
some of the
they're
C.
plates.
Oh, plates. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that it was
Cups.
worth like $300, and I just walked right by it. Corbin.
Look at
Corbin
you.
was the name
Corbin.
of
See,
it.
once you're full time, Dave, you can't be that blasé about picking. You can't just be like, I
Full-time.
don't need $300. I want $4 for this DVD. That's what you're doing right
But he
now.
wanted 50. He wanted 50 for it, and I was like, I don't want to spend 50. And now, like, I was looking it up when I was in the video, and I was like, that one's 300, that one's 600, that one's 400. Like, I
That's
think I
when
should've bought
that's
it.
when you pull a Kevin. You bore them with like a 15-minute story, and then by the end of the story, they'll just take whatever price you're willing to give them.
Hey, I made a video out of those two. That was two sales in Bedford County, which doesn't happen, in my city on a day. That was all we had, and those were two good sales. I love making a whole video out of two sales. They were killer.
I got a whole bunch of negative feedback.
Oh
Wow.
yeah,
What
I
happened?
did discover a reseller in our space with a lot of negative feedback, and
Yeah,
I called him out
20
on
plus,
it.
20
I texted
plus.
him. I texted him about it, and he didn't care.
so make the money, man.
won't. Yeah, I won't blow him up on here, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I also don't care, but there's something that has me a little concerned more so than normal, and it's on my phone. When I look stuff up now on eBay, on my phone, it literally shows the seller feedback score in the items, like right in the search results. So if I search
Really?
for like brass coal miner, I found one of those today. Let me see. Can I show this successfully? Hold on, guys. I know some of you are not looking, but you see how it says seller 98%, seller 100%? That's the seller feedback right in the search results on eBay
Oh,
on my
wow.
phone.
And that's a new thing.
I've never
think
seen
it is,
before.
yeah.
I've got something. I got to make a video about this,
Look,
but
and
I'll bring it
here's
up
a-
here.
Here it is again on the not sold, right?
Let me see if it's doing that on mine.
Don't you think feedback will start to matter a little more if right when you're buying something it says right
Look,
there?
people
seller
don't.
It's not
read
showing on
descriptions,
mine like
so
that,
The
but
feedback
yeah.
doesn't matter that much. What's the
I don't
number
know.
that
Maybe
gets
it's
you
a
worried?
setting. What's the,
I'll tell you what,
the number?
what's-
0.
yeah. Zero positive feedback.
Yeah, I saw one. I was looking for
No.
this little Mickey village I had,
Wow.
right? It was a singing Mickey Mouse. It's a really cool thing. Anyways, I wanted to buy it, and I saw someone had 0. I think 0, maybe they only sold one thing and got a negative feedback from it. I'm not sure, but they had
if it's-
0, and I was like, I'm not buying
If
from
it's
him.
like a mom and pop one and it's in the low 90s, that's a big issue to me. If it's if it's a massive seller that's selling 10,000 things a week or something, and they're
Yep.
at 97, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and that's the tricky thing because, like, I would say there's some people, so you, Kevin, for example, you've sold like 1,700, or you have 1,700 feedback in the last year. I looked, something like that. 1,700 positive and 0 negative. I've seen other people with 1,700 and 20 to 30 negative. So what's the difference there?
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you this. If you take the time to take care of it, because I've actually had 2 negative feedback this year. I've just taken the time to go through the channels to get it taken care of. So one, they may not care enough to to do it. I'm OCD, so that one blemish, if it can be taken care of, I'm going to take care of it. Second thing is, as I've had Bub's girlfriend work for us, and my wife works with me, and we've got a new person working, you can't control everything. So some mistakes are made that you wouldn't have made.
So you're blaming
so maybe
others
they have
for
2 or 3. Well, I'm not saying blame others, but when there's different people working on different things, there's miscommunication, and that may be where some things fall through.
Well, but also it doesn't really matter, because even if you sell that much, you're still going to have like a 99.1 score, which if you're looking at those search results, you're like, oh, that's really a great seller. I'm going to buy it anyway. So it's like, hey.
Number is irrelevant compared to percentage.
It's a percentage.
Right? I know what you guys are saying, guys. C's get degrees. 75% or more, nobody's going to care. You're at 75% positive. You're good.
No, I disagree with that. 75% positive.
I'm at like 99.
I always aimed for a D- or above, so 61 was an okay score in my book. Although that's not a 61 anymore. I can't even look up Carrie's store because it's so confusingly named. I can't even find it anymore.
That's good. I'm a 99.7. Thank you very much.
Plumber Girl 99 or whatever.
Yeah, 1851 AD deals.
No, wasn't it Plumber Girl at some point?
That's the account name, but the store name is 1851 AD deals.
Okay, yeah.
And my name is American Arbitrage.
Ponzi.
So nonsense. Yeah, Ponzi followed me on Pinterest. I was pretty excited.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Pinterest
my
sucks.
nickname. That's my nickname.
Still at 34 followers.
Well, I
hate
mean,
it.
what are
I'm
you
up to
doing to get
19.
to 35?
I've been posting like 4 a week on Pinterest. I got nothing.
Dang, dude.
Nothing.
Pinterest does kind of
I'm
suck.
about ready to quit on it, and I don't quit on anything. I'm about ready to quit.
You're still doing Bonanza, which is ridiculous.
Yep. Okay, let me read some more categories, because I have the information in front of me. Cell phone accessories, 496 in sales. Ooh. Toys and hobbies, action figures, 377.
I don't even know where to find this stuff.
So you're $300.
$300.
Wait, $300 or 300th place?
$300, 377. I was just saying my last like 28 days.
And where are you finding
this
out? I don't even know.
It's just in my eBay performance. My eBay performance, like sales by category. I always find it interesting.
Is that under where it tells you you're below standard? That part?
Yeah, it's below the below standard part.
Yeah, because mine's always red. It says
you have those
below
warnings,
standard.
Right? Those warnings, account warnings. Go past
like
all those.
It's under all those signs with the exclamation point.
At risk. Skip the at risk portion. I don't know. I always think that's an interesting statistic. Yeah.
I
if you just go to your performance and then go down to sales by category.
Kevin, you're probably on Bonanza right now.
I see sales. I see sales and then selling costs, but I don't see sales by category.
Are you on a computer? Or
I think Kevin's on Bonanza right now, and he's probably got some sort of viruses that he just downloaded onto his account.
Well, whatever. Nobody cares about this anyways. But now I've got it. Like I said, here it is. Toys and hobbies, 23%.
23% toys and hobbies.
Collectibles, 10% almost. Holiday seasonal.
Tupperware.
No, that's not even close. Actually, Dolls and Bears is up there. Interesting.
What about lewd magazines? What are you ranked on that?
Lewd t-shirts. Lewd t-shirts, Gary. Yeah.
So I took the little blur thing off. By the way, I blurred it out and then put it on Instagram, and then I took it off because I don't know why, but I wanted the blur on Instagram for some reason. But I didn't want.
You're an artist. You're an artist.
That's right. The artist formerly known as Commonwealth Picker.
Exactly.
I'm like looking. So, selling cost was $2,000 out of 5,400. Interesting. 1,600 in shipping and handling. Anyways, that's all boring. I wanted to be a reselling podcast for a minute. Sorry, guys.
Yes,
Sorry.
the pure hustle. I think
hustle,
the viewers have spoken.
Q4.
They actually want this. The viewers want this to be a serious reselling podcast.
It's Q4, guys.
They want it.
What are your goals going into Q1, everybody? Q1 is the time. This is the time of year, guys, where you're enjoying the sales. Q1 is where you crash back down to earth and you wonder why you're a reseller. You go, should I get a job at Target? I'm not being able to keep my lights on. This happens to me every year, okay? So Q1 is going to be tough, guys. It's going to be just 0 to 3 sales a week.
I think it's a bad sign that someone in our Discord recently said, "Hey, can anyone help me with a resume? I need to get a job."
we helped them.
It's a bad sign that our Discord's not working. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's just not working. No one's
$3
getting
a
rich in
month,
our
you're getting
Discord.
nothing. Just tell them
Yeah.
to get rid of the Discord. There's $3 extra that they can
$3
go
you could buy a
towards
coffee.
getting a
Yeah, you
job.
could buy a quarter of a coffee or whatever. Hey, speaking of that, should we talk about our top tier #1 fans? Super
Favorite
fans,
people.
as it were.
Favorite
Sure.
people.
ABC Matt, Biscuit Butt, Parker County Picker, Side Hustle Preacher, Tanya Arnold, and Sales by Tony. Kevin, did you see
Ethan
what
Hawke.
I've added?
Ethan Hawke is one of them now.
Have you seen the new thread I've added to Discord just to continue to add insane value to our Discord?
I don't even
Okay.
understand the threads, to be honest with you. I click on
okay.
one and it's like the replies come up, but not where the original post. It's all confusing to me.
Is it causing Discord in your mind,
Yes,
Kevin? Is that what's
yes.
happening?
It
Do we
is.
need to get you tested?
It is.
Okay, no. A feedback request thread I added, and I said, hey, put in a link to one of your videos if you make videos, or your eBay store, whatever it is, right? And we'll give you feedback on it, right?
We meaning you?
We meaning people in the Discord,
Oh,
including
okay.
myself.
I just don't want to.
Although it's
You've already
primarily-
made Terry do things he doesn't want to do.
Yeah,
so
typically that's
you
what
could
happens.
Throw me in there too.
It's primarily just me, but now listen, this is something that Rake and Profit would charge you like $800 for.
That's true.
All right, the people that have put feedback or things for feedback in there, not only have I written up like paragraphs of feedback, I also re-edit their video and send it to them
What?
the way I would have edited it.
No, you
Are
don't.
you serious?
Yes, I do.
What is
Yes, I do.
wrong with you?
When do
dude?
you have
I am a
time for this?
psychopath. I don't know what's wrong with me.
What is wrong? And this is $3 a month. Shoot, I'm going to become a
saying.
member. Do
You
I
won't
gotta
even
pay? How
answer
much do I
people on
gotta pay?
Instagram, but now they pay $3 and you're doing like literally $500 worth of work for them.
Well, there's a difference in doing things I want to do and things I don't want
maybe
to do.
you should do this. Did you see back in the day? I haven't seen it in a long time, but on Instagram there was somebody trying to get you to pay them to get your negative feedback changed.
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
Pay them to get your negative
Yeah,
feedback.
they're
What
like,
do you mean?
hey, you sign up for $4 a month or something, and when you get negative feedback, give it to us and give us power in your account, and we'll take care of your negative feedback for you.
They
They
just call
tried to
eBay for
get
you.
me to talk about it, and I'm like,
You're like, you don't have to worry about the negative feedback anymore because we own your account.
yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
This
right?
is our account now. You no longer have a
Um,
negative feedback or an account.
And they're not going to
That's
stay in
fishy.
business too long. I mean, if
Yeah,
it's
I
fishy,
doubt it.
right? But
does
I
sound
don't know.
fishy.
They had a lot of. Well, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. So you're going to add that to it, and you could.
Yeah,
make
that's
some-
good. Yeah, I'll get their feedback taken away.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, obviously I don't have
think-
time to go over
I feel
everyone's
like the-
videos, but
I feel like the feet pick section was a little over the line.
no, I think there's literally a
There's no
poop thread
feed.
now. There's a poop thread now,
Like what's wrong with me? And then judge it based off the feces. Yeah.
and it's just like people doing poop memes and stuff like that. I don't know.
Well, the
Just
Facebook
nonsense.
group is really helpful, actually, y'all.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you
I didn't
saw
like
the
how
link.
Tina called me out on the Facebook group.
That's
By the
true.
way, did you
That's
see
fair.
that, Carrie?
Yeah, no, I liked it. I
That
liked
was
it a
some
lot.
nonsense.
Because
Yeah.
you were a grown man on a fake
Your wife.
train, a fake Hogwarts train, with a Dr. Seuss backpack. A 38-year-old man, not even 28, which would still be weird. 38.
So she
You've
doesn't
had
like that and
decades to
called
think
you
about
out?
this.
But it's okay with you crying in your video?
I was potentially rubbing the backpack for comfort. You know, it was like here you don't see like the depth of sorrow and sadness in my eyes. That is what happens when kids fight for 10 hours straight when you spend hundreds of dollars to take them to a theme park and you just want them to stop freaking fighting and you're just like, I am going to freak out.
Which explains the crying on the video, because it's just
Yes,
like the whole
yes,
emotional
yeah.
thing. Just
That's what it really is. It's Dave just dealing with his week and then
Blowing
letting it
up
all
steam.
out. Yeah.
Dealing with my children, yes.
well, he's
You guys
alone
are
in a
hard,
room
Larry.
with
Kids are
8,000
hard.
people.
NC Flipper viewers are actually therapists. That's what they are.
They are
They're there.
kind of, yeah. They're there to help comfort me. I mean,
Or
listen,
patience.
I got a lot of comments from people that video and since that video where people say like they feel like they know me, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's part of
Yeah.
kind of
They're
what we
coming
do on the
next week to your
podcast
house.
too. Like when we went to the Trash to Cash meetup, a lot of people said they feel like they know us, like we're personal friends of theirs, even if we've never met them. I mean,
This
I
is
know
really how
Kevin-
we are too. This is like who we are. That's what I
Yeah.
like about the podcast. We're being fairly authentic. Kevin's still shielding most of his personality,
Yeah,
but me
most
and
of-
Dave.
The alcoholism is
Yeah, the
under wraps during the
alcoholism.
show.
Yeah, they called you out for having 2 different containers. Do you have 2 containers this week, and what's in them?
Alcoholism is not a joke, but
it isn't a joke. Yeah, I just realized you shouldn't have made that joke. I agree.
Well, my dad actually is and he's not ashamed to say it. He's like 10 years in AA clean. So he's very
cool.
We're very proud of him for that. So, I totally get that it is a challenge, but we still can make fun of Kevin for everything.
For the record, I may be older than these 2 clowns, and they may have ruined that, but I'm not an alcoholic. That's the first sign.
Yes, we should be clear.
That
he can admit that he's not an alcoholic.
You say you're not an alcoholic.
Okay, so I've been trying to dip my toe in the water for tool shopping at yard sales lately, like wrenches and stuff like that. This stuff
it's such a headache. It's hard.
It just moves slow for me. Am I buying the wrong stuff, or hand
Talk
tools
to Leroy.
just slow
Let's sell.
moving?
Get Leroy.
Heart brand is great. The Walmart brand, that stuff sells like hotcakes.
I just have really
every time I find it in a video, I just I need to learn this. I wish Leroy was here with me, and then I move on. It gives me an out.
They tagged me in a video where they bought a knife that was worth a ton of money, so that was kind of cool. It's always cool, and someone also said, so that whole My Mom's Big Find video, it was a Polaroid, one of those cameras that folds open.
The land cameras, the 275s.
Land camera, yep, that's it. It's like $150 camera, right? Mm-hmm. And someone said that, because of that, they were at an estate sale this weekend and spotted one and had forgotten about him, but because of my video, they're like, oh yeah, I gotta grab that. And they paid $10.
And not all those are good. That one's good. The one that kind of comes out.
That specific one, with the brown leather, yeah.
Because I've missed them on videos too, because they're not. Sometimes when they're all folded down or whatever, they're not very easy to spot.
Well, and my thing is, there's other ones like vintage Polaroid cameras that I've bought thinking they were valuable, and then I'm like, oh, this is worth $12.
Yeah,
right?
Y'all remember when they had that
ignore them
company you could send all the cameras in and get your money back from them.
Oh, that
and
was
they'd
that
fix
place
them up and resell
in
them.
Minnesota or something.
Yeah.
What happened to them? Did they just go out of business? They realized they couldn't just buy every camera on eBay and forever.
That's what they were trying to do. Like rake and profit, just buy up all the stuff and resell
all of it forever.
I don't know. I remember first I heard about it was on Lonnie's show years ago, and I looked into it, and I just don't find enough to be able to do it. So.
Oh, Kev, I sold that Swarovski crystal snowflake.
How much?
I sold my snowflake, $89.78.
That's good.
That's
good
not
money.
bad. Yeah,
I
paid $3 for it.
I had corn today at dinner, so my next couple days I'm going to know what's going to happen in advance. It's not going to be a mystery when it pops up. You know what I mean? Because I had corn. I know I had corn.
Oh, dude,
and it probably wasn't digested.
Carrie, my psychosis was so bad with all the Tylenol and Advil because my commenters. Some of these commenters, they're not doing it on purpose, but they don't understand hypochondria that is in my brain, and they're like, "Dave, you need to stop taking ibuprofen or your liver is gonna explode. I know some guy who that happened to," and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh!" They're like telling me symptoms to look out for. I'm like, "Oh, I feel it. I feel that symptom. Yep, I got that one."
The second you
looking at my feces, like, is everything
exactly.
okay?
It's like the second you feel the explosion, that's when it happened.
They're very terrifying. New all types of new fears unlocked. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just a desire to stay alive. I think that's all it is. Perseverance. I will say this: I have a 20% coupon going. Are you guys still running any sort of Black Friday
that's what
sale?
we should do. Matter of fact, I meant to mention this the other day. I don't have a coupon going. I guess I probably should. Actually, I send one out, but I think that in the Facebook groups, because a lot of people are posting their stores again, which is not what we want you to do. Somebody, I think Dina did it last time, post a generic post saying, hey, put your stores underneath.
Yes.
And so do that again. And then if you have a coupon for your store, also post that in your comment. And so
I feel
they can get a coupon with
I
the
have
store.
to keep declining the store posts, and I feel like a monster.
Somebody let one
Kevin said I have to do it.
Well, you don't want it'd be every single post. Just put it on one post and put them in the comments. I'm telling you. That's the way to do it.
Well,
and so
what we could do is Kevin or Carrie or I could do like a weekly self-promotion thread and just say comment below with your store this week.
Just have Inked Picker do it. Inked Picker, that'd be great. Or how about I think Dina did it last time, and just have somebody do it because I'm not going to remember to do that.
Dina Dodonna?
Thrifty Junker.
Oh yes,
that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so my issue is I've got this 20% coupon, and then Tina does my listing a lot of times, and she forgets about the 20% coupon. So she lists at the comp, right? At the, the sold. So, we got this Omron handheld body fat loss monitor thing that's like a Walgreens special, but sells for a lot. It sells for like 90 to $100. She listed it for 90, which was the common sold comp, like the low end of the comp. She always does a very low end of the comps. And of course, someone used the 20% coupon, got it for $70.
What'd you pay on it though? What'd you pay?
I paid 15.
Not her fault.
And it sold in 3 hours.
Yeah, so congratulations.
No problem.
You made money and they got a deal.
Yeah.
You make the money on the buy. You make the money on the buy, folks. Even
Apparently
Dave,
not.
with the massive screw up, still made money.
Yeah,
so
true.
I get complaints today, and this next video I'm putting out on Tuesday is going to just crush me, I think. But I got complaints today. I paid the asking price, for goodness sake, and I'm getting torn apart. I mean, what are you going to do? Oh, actually, very first
you should have
one,
paid him
I
more. You
bundled-
knew it was worth more.
He had two little homies, 2 dolls, and they were $2 a piece. I'm like, how about 2 for $3? And he's like, okay. And then the next 4 items I bought from him, I paid sticker price on all of them. And dude's like, low ball and I'm like,
well, you got to get my mom to come yard selling with you because she thinks people think she's cute and adorable, and she lowballs people for me. Like, I'll have her do it, and they're like, "Oh, your mom is so cute." Like, I don't know why, but when it's coming from a 68-year-old woman, it's like adorable. But when it's coming from me, I'm a monster.
Yeah, being a middle-aged man, like when you're a kid, you can get away with it. When you're older, you can get away from it. Right now, unless you're aggressively folksy or whimsical, almost to the point where it's comical, people aren't going to let you get away with it.
I went to a yard sale today. They had a Vitamix, like an old Vitamix, and you can sell like just the base, right, for $100.
Oh yeah.
You don't even need to sell the top part. The top part was kind of grungy and gross. He
wanted
wanted $50 for it, and I was like, I would sell the base for like $100. And my mom's like, well, why don't you offer him $25? I was like, I can't offer him $25.
I would.
He's got it listed for $50.
I can't do it.
She's like,
you offer $25
because
because he's going to come back. You want to pay a third? I would pay $35 for that thing all day long.
She's like, Dave, if I did it, would you buy it? I'm like, yeah, of course. She's like, all right, I'll do it. And she's like, well, you take 25. He's like, hey, sure, I'm not going to fight you. I'll give it to you for 20. And I'm like, hey, go mom.
Yes, I love it.
When I go with my uncle, and because he'll be like, he just shakes his head. Because,
Uncle Steve?
he just straight up would lowball. He's
MVP.
like, I can't believe you paid that much.
He's the
I
best.
cannot
He's
believe
the
you
real
paid
Commonwealth picker.
Dude, I don't know if you guys saw this Photoshop of him carrying Kevin. Did you see that?
Speaking of Photoshop, getting carried, Dave, you made an appearance in the Clickbait podcast.
Yes, you didn't even comment on that. They were calling you out for like 15 minutes on that podcast.
To be fair,
Dave's the only one who heard it.
Nobody watched it, but
I listen to all their shows. Honestly, it's my favorite podcast other than ours. Weirdly enough,
let's do lunch. You hear that?
Shots fired.
Is fine, but I
shots
prefer
fired. Men without jobs or whatever it was called.
I'm just saying, I like them both, but I prefer the Reseller Clickbait podcast. I don't know why. They're charming, them fellas. But Let's Do Lunch is also great. But and they actually do have beef with Kevin for some reason. I'm not really sure why.
They don't like Kevin at all.
They hate
this
him.
is crazy.
Commonwealth Picker and Rachel Strickland have like beef.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
This is the thumbnail.
Actually, it's true. I posted the
There
thing.
you
They
go.
sent out this little card, clearly just to get more press. I mean, just shilling themselves.
You wouldn't
out
do
there.
that ever, Kevin.
No.
There's no way you would do that. You have standards.
Oh, my gosh.
I got a Christmas card from Let's Do Lunch. Did
I
you,
did
Kev?
too.
I
but
don't know
mine
if I
wasn't
did.
in
I haven't
great
checked my
shape.
mail to be
Mine wasn't in
technical.
very good shape, and I had a really whimsical IG post with it and tagged everybody in it, and
Nobody
only
reposted?
Kristen reposted. That's it. Rachel just ignored me. Angie, she's the one calling me.
I love how terrible it is too. I love that they actually did the detail on Steve's tattoos. They actually got those spot on.
All right, so I'm sharing my screen, you listeners, and it's a Photoshop of Uncle Steve carrying little Kevy out of a car. I like how he's wearing his pants like halfway to his knees too. He's like thugging it.
The irony
to the
here-
yard sale, Uncle Steve.
the irony is I only
Kevin
go
never
out.
leaves.
I only go out to like 2, maybe 3 of the big sales a year with Uncle Steve, and then maybe go to Raleigh once, maybe twice a year. But I go out with my dad every single week, and nobody, It's
We
because
just haven't
Steve is
seen
in
you.
the video. He's aggressively
Yeah.
walking in front of my
Yeah.
camera, being obnoxious, loud, laughing in the background, and you can't get him out of the video. My dad just follows behind, and I give him the stuff. Take it back to the car.
The thing about
good.
Steve is the second you meet Steve, you're like, I like him so much better than Kevin.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so much. No, I was kidding. I'm
It's-
playing.
it's
But
noticeable.
Steve is awesome, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, there's a difference though. Like Steve still has time for you. Kevin's like,
Yeah.
hey, NC Picker.
Yeah,
how's
no.
it going?
He's always
One second, I'm posting a video.
Yeah, he's always
Steve's
editing,
like, hey
editing a
Dave, how's your
Snapchat or
family?
something. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, Steve actually cares. Like, there's a difference.
That's
here.
why I bring him along, to distract everybody so I can get some work done.
Yeah, he's charming is what he
Does
is.
he stay at your house too? You know, to keep Heather.
No.
You know,
My Heather
just-
can't stand him over. He snores. He makes
he does snore. He's a snorer. He's got his CPAP and all that. He's a
mess.
noisy sleeper. Yeah.
In the bathroom, he's a loud walker. And
Oh, big
just not
pooper.
Good.
Mhm.
Yeah, big time pooper. Yeah.
Big time pooper.
Laughs
So, I mean,
really loud.
we were supposed to do like a meetup in Florida. You know, a trash to cash meetup. You know, when are we gonna do that? We got to do something like that.
We got to plan it. When are we doing it? Let's do the
October
trash.
29th,
You got to tell Carrie
1994.
like at least
You gotta
a month
give
and a
me
half
some
in
time to
advance
prepare.
because it takes him a month and a half to get across.
Yeah, I
country.
have to trek.
If we
on
could
like
just
a
get him in
wagon.
an airplane, it would be transformative for his life. Carrie, you're gonna have to get comfortable with airplaning if you're gonna be like
if they
an
would
East
stay
Coast
on
boy.
the ground.
Listen, okay, so I'm gonna try to do this without damaging any relationships, but I'm thinking, Carrie, we need to open a thrift store, right?
Oh,
a reseller
yeah.
thrift store
Yes.
here on the East Coast.
Yes.
Carrie,
Commonwealth
weren't you kind
Picker.
of left out of
Better.
that?
Better. We're gonna call it the Better Stuff Thrift Store.
As someone who recently wasn't invited to
Yeah.
help open a thrift store, me myself, I was hoping to be a part of this Vegas one, and no one invited me.
You were.
I was a little hurt, and so I'm thinking we need to open one over here on this side.
Let's do it.
That's,
Let's do
that's
it.
my personal preference.
I'm
Kevin?
really good at opening thrift stores and
Do it
never
in
opening
Bedford
them.
here. Could be a
Yeah.
reselling mecca.
Honestly,
Everybody
I don't
from
think-
around the
I don't
country
think-
could come to this little old town.
You could just use the outhouse in front of the Blimpies in Bedford.
Is there
Sell out of that.
any amount of money, Carrie, that someone could pay you to open another brick and morter at this point in your life?
like a couple $100 probably.
Would you actually? Because you've
No.
done a
To
lot
open
of
it.
brick and mortar, and you have not liked it.
No, I don't like. The only way I would do it, Dawn will tell you we'll never do a brick and mortar again. That's what Dawn will say, and I
'Cause
would
Carrie
say,
didn't
Has
do
told
any
me
work.
that. She has literally told me
yeah.
that.
But beyond that, I would do a brick and mortar if I never had to be there, which is kind of like why? How would you
Isn't that what,
meaning
American
we would
Pickers
have
does?
we would have somebody else working it, and I don't have the kind of
American
draw and it's a lot of work to have a brick and mortar, guys. You gotta
Yeah.
organize stuff.
I have the
and
draw.
clean stuff.
You got like 500,000 people follow you, Carrie.
I know, but the TikTok people aren't coming over from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or wherever they are. That's the thing, you know.
Hey, this really is
They're
on
incredibly
here. I
hard.
noticed
Thrift
Kevin
stores
is
are hard.
drinking from 2 different containers. I must
That's
have.
true.
I thought you were kidding.
No, it's a real comment that they made. That's
Yeah.
a good question, honestly.
Listen to this one.
I just
Get-
Kevin, what kind of thrift store is it when everyone walking in with a guillotine is like, where's American Arbitrage? He's
No.
getting the guillotine. Like, how much stuff is he going to
Yeah,
sell?
exactly. I picked the worst day to wear my "Let Them Eat Cake" shirt. Like, no, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
It's Henry VIII. It's all in the execution. There you go.
Exactly. History.
This
Yeah.
podcast gives me so much expletive joy. It's
Oh, I
the
love that
best
comment.
giggle. You remind me of the odd occasion when all my boys, now men, are at my table. Please don't ever stop being you. Hope you and yours all have a safe, joyous, and profitable holiday season. Jillian Frazier.
That's very nice.
That was
Billy.
very
Thank
nice.
you.
Yes,
I
with
like
that
that
nice
comment.
expletive. It's like the person criticizing me the other day for lowballing. This was classic, and I posted a similar one, and then I got bad feedback for posting it. She uses the word Jew twice in the comments and
The
telling
word
me
what?
Jew somebody down, right?
Oh.
Okay, and she does it twice while she's criticizing me for being unethical in my negotiating. I'm like, interesting.
It's a little poor taste.
Yeah.
In poor taste, I'd call that.
I feel like our discussions are exactly like the chats we have when we're not live. The only big difference is when we're not live, Kevin is constantly dropping how much money he's making.
That
A
is
lot.
just
It's a
not
lot.
true.
And
That
a
is
lot
a
of
lot.
F
First
words.
of all,
a lot of
a
F
ton of
words.
F words. You'd
I
be
need-
surprised how potty mouth Kevin is. I would just say that. Oh my
He's
god.
blue collar
Yeah.
through and through. Oh,
Exactly.
he's left.
Yeah. He'll put the second this ends, the chewing tobacco goes in. The second this show's
That's right.
over.
Yeah. He spits a lot. Kevin, where'd you go, buddy?
Spits
all right, I
a
will
ton.
tell you
There
this.
you go.
I'll let you behind the curtain a little bit because,
Ew.
first of all, these guys completely fabricate. Well, not completely. They take a sliver of truth and completely fabricate the rest.
That's what the devil does.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go. In other words, I like to enjoy an adult beverage from time to time. But here's a little true story, Carrie. I don't know if I told you this. I chewed tobacco for 20 years.
I think you
Makes
have
sense,
told
'cause
me.
you're a
That's
baller.
probably you were
20
a
years,
baseball
every
player. That was the
single day
thing,
for
yeah.
20
That would
years.
explain the breath and the teeth and all the other stuff.
I haven't in 4 or 5 years, not a bit. Since I've stopped coaching baseball, not a bit.
Yeah, that is like the culture though. Like it's like you have to have when you're playing baseball. There's a lot of tobacco chewing and stuff. Like
Which
that.
was interesting because in SoCal, that was not the culture, but I still started doing it when I was 16.
Was it?
Really?
Do you do the big league chew now, where it's kind of like the same, but it's
Nothing,
chewing
don't
gum?
do anything at all. Nothing. That's not good. If I started doing anything, it's like I don't even want to.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to start that again.
Do you keep track of what you pay for each and every item you sell?
I used to.
Okay.
And then
And do you
my
miss
bookkeeper told me I was actually Harry Tornado told me I was crazy. I don't know if you remember that. He's like, why would you keep track of whatever like 3 years ago or something? Like, well, because there's different ways, Mark, not your dad's CPA, different ways of doing the accounting, and I don't do that anymore. It's money in, money out.
I
This
asked
how
that
much I
question
spend. This is how much
in my recent Flipper video, and a ton of people said they track every
because
single
that's how they do
item.
it. It's profit because you're paying taxes on the money you've made on the items that you've sold that year instead of doing all of the inventory and whatever. But the bookkeeping on that is so time consuming. It, in my opinion, because I'm not an accountant, that it's just not worth it. Not worth it.
Gotcha.
Now, I would
What do
say
you do, Carrie?
for new resellers,
You don't pay taxes.
good idea.
I still haven't gotten over that $600 threshold yet. No, I mean, no.
My
I'll be honest-
reseller
no,
Genie. This is a
No,
spokesman
taxes.
for my reseller Genie.
yeah.
Use my link.
No, use mine. No, honestly, I remember vividly when I started doing a business. What was 2011, 2012. My mom was helping me. My dad was helping me. And I remember when it came around to like that first tax season, I did not have a clue what I was doing. So, the more tools you can have, and thankfully, as opposed to 2011, 2012, there's so many more programs and information out there that can help. Make
Like
it
my
simpler.
reseller Genie. Carrie, what is
Oh
your
my
what is
gosh,
your
this whole
code?
feel like
Yeah.
What
an
is your
ad
code?
bit.
What is your
I
code?
still
What
have
are you guys
not-
getting for this
What is
integration?
your
I've not
code?
even I've not had one person click on my link yet for my.
Come on,
reseller
I
Genie.
don't believe that. You have
I have
something
not-
screwed up somewhere.
Maybe I have something screwed
Somebody
up.
go there and
last
click
time I
on it
checked,
right now. And go
Yeah,
to
and
Carrie.
then-
Where's it at?
and then I'll
Carrie?
check.
Have you?
I don't know. It's probably in my link tree. I don't know.
Probably.
He
It's
never
why
put it
the-
anywhere.
put it
I
He
don't
never
think I
put
put
it
it in my
anywhere.
link trade. I don't think I have it
No,
up
you don't.
up
Click on
anywhere.
Oh my gosh, this is
I'm
Carrie,
bad at
y'all.
this.
You're bad at this. Is right.
Well, I made one of those tracker links for Walmart. I sent a link to this shelf, right? A Walmart shelf. Bling a Ding Ding told me Sales by Tony went and bought some of the shelves because he needed some shelves, and Walmart never gave me credit for it. So screw you, Walmart
There you
Creator
go.
Program.
Yeah.
I'm
There you
dipping.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Hello, Target.
I have
Kohl's
a
Yeah,
Creator
Target
program.
Creator Program.
I got a video coming out on the Flipper channel. Well, it'll already be out by the time this comes out, and it's talking about how eBay's changing, how things are changing, and it talks about the QR code that I've been yapping about for a while, and how everybody should have an EPN link, and how everybody is part of social media, even if it's 100 people following you, and you might as well start doing it now. And I really do think that everybody out there should have a Linktree. Everybody should have all this stuff because you just never know, even if it's your friends and family, man, or being able to post it on Trash Cash Podcast and whatever, right? You gotta, participate in this a little bit because you got to be prepared because things are changing. Everything's changing. Media, the way things are being done, where commercials are taking place, You're starting to. You guys haven't got your QR codes ready yet. What's up? It's gonna
Can you
pop
say
up
this
on their
in your
videos.
like real voice, not your fake voice?
It's not
Yeah,
my
exactly.
Everything's changing.
I miss the
What's happening around me?
I hate both of you. Why am I? here?
I like the just
Let's
regular
see,
bro.
Jimmy?
Look, guys.
Anybody else
Look,
got a
look,
podcast?
brother.
Hey, brother.
Yeah. I'm here to
Yeah,
tell
no,
you.
okay, so
Listen
we
up,
should
brother.
we should comment on the aggressive calling out that Jimmy did.
Yeah,
and Jimmy said
was
in his little
rude.
reseller
Nobody knows who
clickbait
Jimmy
nonsense.
is, y'all. You assume that
Okay.
everybody
That is
watching this
true.
podcast
As
knows.
Kevin says, I'm going to put this on a shirt. Nobody knows who Jimmy is.
Okay, so
Nobody.
Kevin basically
Old
describes
school
Jimmy as a
flips.
lesser YouTuber.
That is not
what-
true.
that's-
I never said that.
But no, so
school
their
flips.
thumbnail is, I think, me pooping in Ken's hand, which I don't know where he got the photo of me pooping.
That reminds
And
me
then
of something.
saying YouTube's tiniest podcaster and pointing at me. And then, okay.
Still
and
not
then
quite understanding clickbait.
still
Let's
not
be
understanding clickbait. That's the whole thing. Because they're talking about it in the show and they're like, from now on, we're going to do total clickbait where it's got nothing to do with what we talk about. This is literally all they talked about for 52 minutes
This is
was me
the
being a
thing
tiny YouTuber.
The thing about clickbait is trying to find something broad that many people would be interested in that would pull them in. Nobody watched. I mean, like
No one knows who I am.
No, like the people who know who you are already the 90 people watching their podcast. So like, it's not helping bring other people
You
in.
two are awful human beings. I'm just pointing out that I'm on their side. Y'all are ridiculous.
You did. You made a point. You made a point to hedge your bet so hard, Kevin. I'm on your side, guys. No, you didn't.
All I'm saying is, Jimmy,
We're
you
playing,
can't
guys.
say that you're gonna do total clickbait that has nothing to do with the show, and then do a thumbnail that's literally the one thing you talked about in the show. Nothing else happened in that show.
All
It's
right,
not,
I
it's not
got
worth
a
watching.
couple social media things I got to ask you all about. But we got to do
Terry
some
froze in a
reselling on
perfect
here.
spot, by the way.
I like that. All right, Dave, then we'll do some reselling. So workout
Let's do
equipment, January's coming up. You got any workout equipment to list?
No, I don't ever buy workout equipment.
You're morally opposed to workout
I'm
equipment.
morally opposed. It's something I'm offended by.
All right. How are sales the week
I thought about
before the
doing
week
a push-up,
before
though.
Christmas?
Ooh,
There
I
you
just
go.
broke this.
Sales
how
heading
are
into
sales?
Q4 or out of Q4?
Why are we talking about that?
I've had a pretty
terrible
poor week.
I had a terrible weekend.
Weekend,
weekend. I
yeah.
sold 14 items this weekend.
I only
which was
sold
really
25, and so that's I had a pretty poor weekend too. So there you go.
bad. I think my total for the weekend was $380.
You got a bolo? You
pathetic
got
like
something to look out for? Maybe.
Yeah, internal hemorrhoids.
Carry
Be
back.
careful. They're out there. Yeah. Carry is back.
Selling your used medications or that clove. What's the oil you use?
Dude, that oil was amazing. Clove oil.
You should
Clove oil.
find some of that to sell, and then put it on your big cartel.
Yeah,
That would
selling
work.
medicine, especially in times of need, goes well. You know, maybe some gloves, some masks. Sell
Sales
some,
for you, Carrie? How are sales?
They're a little bit better than they were a week ago. I mean, we've been focusing a lot on Whatnot this last week. We've done 2 sales,
I see
and
tons of people on Whatnot.
well, we're just trying to use it differently. We actually wanted to go to the bins one day and do a video the same day, right? And then do a pop-up auction, and it went really well. I think we spent $67 at the bins, and we made $250 after fees, and we didn't even put all the stuff in. We kept out a lot of stuff for eBay, so it's an interesting business model.
Yeah, I hear eBay Live is going to be. Is eBay Live? Is that what the Whatnot thing is called for eBay? eBay something.
know.
They're going to call it eBay Live.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
They're going to make their second push. It's all started now very small, and they're going to make a secondary push at the beginning of the year, and then by the end of next year, they might be a real competitor. I'm just curious to see about that.
I'm curious how it'll change things for sure.
Did you see in the Facebook group, and I have not heard this anywhere, I just don't know if you are. We might be late news at this point. Did USPS actually say they're going to lower the price on Priority Mail stuff?
I saw somebody mention that on Instagram.
Starting December 9th? That's what I saw, and somebody put that on Facebook, and I saw it on Instagram, too.
I don't know, but I was listing a Funko Pop,
see
and I
it
had
anywhere.
put the weight at 15 ounces, and it said shipping would range from $9 to $16, and I was like, what?
That's always
For
been like
first
that.
class?
Yes. The biggest upcharge is first class over 12 ounces. It's ridiculous. It's basically the same as you would ship a
Priority.
priority. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
It's
so
insane.
you got to make sure. That's a great tip out
How
there
much?
for people who are doing only calculated shipping. If you're doing that for items 12 ounces to 16 ounces, you better change it because you're getting a massive discount. So unless you have that set up in your eBay to give the discount to the buyer, you need to go on and manually change it because you ain't selling that item.
Which you really shouldn't do that either, because I tried that whole like give my discount to people thing, and there was several times where eBay charged them less than the actual cost of shipping.
And your numbers were all correct. Your
my
weights
numbers
and
were correct,
really?
But it was just incorrect. Yeah, and I think it was going like pre-holiday rate or something like that. I'm not really sure what happened. But
okay,
I'm
that's
wondering
good
why.
Yeah,
I'm
increasingly
increasingly.
so than,
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm increasingly doing more and more flat rate shipping. Because it's so skewed with different services, and I'm just doing flat rate and losing here and gaining here, but making more sales that way. Go ahead.
I wonder why eBay doesn't do something like everywhere else does, where they just have like standard rates based on 1 to 2 pounds, 2 to 3 pounds, like a Poshmark, a Mercari, a Depop.
Gotta be money, right?
They all do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they do everything so. I mean, old school, which I don't know if that's good or bad in this case.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, it's good for resellers who've been doing it for a while because the fear of it keeps people out of eBay because of it.
Yeah.
And it's sad,
can't figure out
but
how to do
it's
it.
true.
Well, Kevin, you got, I don't think we talked about this in the show, but you got a package in the mail that was a VHS in a priority mailer with a retail rate. So what did they pay to ship you that VHS?
I feel awful, but I'm going to do this because nobody knows who this person is, and I can't remember their name. Remember I told you I was going on YouTube. Awful people wouldn't go do this, but I went on and clicked on all those links we're talking about on Facebook, and I was buying stuff from people.
Yeah.
So it was somebody in our Facebook group. I bought it, and it was $13.09 out the door, and they paid $10.40 to ship it to me. They lost money.
Well, do you think that maybe they were just trying to impress the Kevin Commonwealth
I'm
Picker?
hoping. I hope
that's a bad way to impress him, though.
Yeah, that is true. He would be, yeah.
So, 1080, 1070, 1040. I don't know what that thing was to ship it.
Not a
what
good
was the
business
VHS?
model.
That one was Breakfast Club sealed.
I ask this only because maybe that person's listening. And if you are listening, media mail, you could have shipped that
first
media
class.
mail for or first class. Yeah. Media mail would have been $3, and then first class would have probably been $3.49 or something.
$3.50, yeah.
And you could just put it in a bubble mailer, and it would probably make it fine. I mean, if it's sealed, I probably wouldn't do a bubble mailer.
Here's the real question.
$13.
How much are you ripping off this follower of the Facebook group? How much is it on your eBay right now? Do you have it at $300?
Listen, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Dave has got, his, teenage collection back there. So I'm just going to say it. I'm starting to collect sealed VHS. I haven't ever collected anything like my whole life.
Me either.
I just don't collect anything. Each year I coached baseball for 20-some years. I had my kids sign a ball. That was like my collection, right? And what? My wife says, no, I'm not going to collect sealed VHS.
Not allowed.
You tell him.
I am going to. I like it. And so I've said that, and I bought some stuff, and people are sending it to me now. So I've had 6 or 7 show up this week alone.
I keep hoping that'll happen. I keep mentioning my action figure thing, and they don't send them to me. I don't know what's happening.
So I got this. I got this puppy because my views on Picker were down after Dave appeared, and I needed some more folksiness. The puppy's name is Wallen, after Reagan's favorite singer there.
Morgan Wallen.
And this dog is pretty sweet. And so my views have gone up, and I'm over the Dave curse, NC Picker curse. And so old videos are popping. It's all rolling again. So
that's awesome. Oh, really? Old videos are popping?
Yeah, I've got 3 old videos that are going. So
hey, my Chex Mix recipe is popping. So there's that.
Yeah.
My world's best Chex Mix. No one's watching my new stuff. Video? Poppin' is 866 views in 48 hours.
And how old is the video?
It is, I don't know, months
old. Wow.
October 13th. It's at 6,400 views.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Generate some subs and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's weird. Cooking videos are really weird because they just launch with a bleh, and then you never know if they're going to blow up later.
That's it. Evergreen.
And you don't even know how to cook, which is something you have to get over in the video.
Yeah, that world's best chili recipe still does 200 to 400 views every 2 days. right? Just consistently
So
200
like
to 400
1 to 200 views a day.
And I know there's a bunch of I know there's a bunch of
That's
creators
massive.
that listen. So I wanted to especially talk about this with you, Dave, because of your cooking channel. I hear through the grapevine that YouTube is going to have free service translation, AI translation of your
Ooh.
videos. It's coming.
Really? Is it the
Yes.
same channel, or it's on a new channel?
Same channel, AI translation. So you just toggle and hit a button, and it translates
press
your
that
video.
button.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? I've
That's
actually,
awesome.
I don't know if I talked to you guys about this or not. I probably didn't. I keep things secrets from you because you steal everything I do.
fair.
So,
Dude, we're not Nashville Flipper.
Yeah, we're not that.
I talked to Art about
that
this. That's what I
egregious.
talked about, and I think I talked anyway. I talked to somebody else, but I don't know if he wants me to mention, so I won't. I was trying to find somebody. Speaking of Ray, I talked to Ray about this. I was trying to find somebody who could find me somebody to translate my videos into Spanish as an actor, so it wouldn't just be automated AI, and to keep a little of the folksy whimsical stuff, and then have a
someone who
whole
acts
new
as well as
channel.
you act.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Like some other California, surfer
Yeah.
bro that knows how to act whimsical.
Exactly.
And Southern. Got it.
You're like
I've been here so long.
you're like
Did someone just throw something at you?
Yeah.
I imagine that.
I tell you, you don't know my wife. See?
Oh, God, she's throwing things.
brutal.
It was a drive-by fruiting.
She
name that
probably
movie,
just
Carrie?
saw the video that I put out
that?
about her, and she didn't know I put out about her. So that's good.
Oh, yeah. Well, did she see the shirt yet? You're wearing it, aren't you?
That would be funny, but no, I wouldn't.
I
wear
don't
that
know.
shirt.
I ordered a mystery box from Rally Roots on
Oh my
Whatnot.
god, Rally Roots, yeah.
Rally Roots.
Raleigh?
And I really don't know if I'm going to get my money's worth. I spent a crap ton of money, but I'll be making a video about it once I get it, and we'll see.
You can
We'll
tell
see
us
if it
how
was a
much
good
you
deal.
spent.
After tax, $800.
Oh wow! But it's a tax write-off.
it is.
It's a write-off, right?
Yeah,
It's for a
actually,
video.
you
I'm going to
should,
sell
if you
whatever's
have
in the
your
box.
Thing down there, you should not have to pay taxes if you have your.
I have my thing down there, but I'm not sure what you're talking about.
In Florida, you should ask Rally Roots because they have their thing down there, and they don't have to pay state taxes. They're the
State income tax.
No,
State income tax.
no, the sales tax. If
Why
you're a
don't they pay
business
sales
and you're reselling the item, you don't have to pay sales tax on an item you're reselling.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know any of that. I don't know how any of that works.
I think he's saying if you buy from someone that
I
doesn't have
understand the
state
concept.
tax,
No,
I
you
think he's
can-
saying you don't have to pay state tax now either if you bought from a state that doesn't have state. What
If you go into Sam's Club or
Joking.
Costco and buy things, okay. If you go into Costco and buy something to resell it, and you have your tax ID thing down there, you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay sales tax.
Oh, neat.
So
Hey,
your
speaking of
Walgreens
which,
purchases.
have you ever gone to an auction to try to source?
Yes,
I used to
how do you
all
like
the
it?
time, all the time.
it's.
Well,
I
you
hate
ran
it.
an auction.
I hate it.
Why do you hate
don't
it?
like
I hate it because I got to sit there and wait around forever for the things I want, and I can't take
Okay.
it. So I know you're the OC, whatever. ADHD. I can't just sit there knowing, especially if
probably
it's a
couldn't
Saturday
either.
and I know there's 50 yard sales
Yeah.
out there. I can't just sit there. If it's in the afternoon, everything's dead.
That's why you
maybe
got to
I
go to
could.
like a Tuesday night one that has like a little
Yeah.
gut truck outside, and then you're just buying whole tables full of garbage. Those are great.
Well, there was one. We went and we did this little parade this weekend in my dad's old Woody. We were all riding in it. It's a Model A Ford Woody, guys.
Okay.
And
The beach vehicle, the beach vehicle.
yes, the beach vehicle. Yeah,
So
Kevin
Cal.
should know. He's
Yes.
California.
Yeah, he's
Beach
California.
Boy,
yeah.
You were in the Beach
but no.
Boys, right?
When I was there, it's in this town that's like 30 minutes away from me. There was a sign for an auction, and I like wimped out. I was like, I should go to this because
Dude, they're fun. It's
not a very populous town. Like, I feel like there wouldn't be that many people there or knowing about it because they were just advertising it on a board on the town square. Like, I couldn't find any other advertising for this thing, so maybe I should have gone. I don't know.
There's an auction out in absolute middle of nowhere. I mean, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, and I got to drive 15 minutes farther in the middle of nowhere to go to it, and it's packed every time I've been there.
People figure it out then. Yeah, it doesn't really matter where it is. Okay.
But
Well,
the thing is, man, every auction's different though. Like there's sometimes you go to auction and it's a bunch of older people, so you could get the video games, the toys, and the collectibles, and then sometimes you go to auctions and there's people for that, but then there's Tupperware lids, Bonanza, and then nobody's paying anything for them because they really don't have much value at all. But you could really
Solo of the week, I found some Tupperware.
You did?
Yeah, I sent a picture of Kevin. He instantly knew what it was called, and he pretended he didn't know what it was.
Not
Like
even
he's
pretend,
like,
I told you what it
"Ooh,
was."
golly gee, willikers, that might be a
please.
microwave steamer." And I look it up. It's like microwave steamer. I'm like,
So
yeah,
like
he knew.
you caught me in an episode of Maverick, and now I have to do some
Did you call during your
work.
filming?
$20.
Did you call during your filming of when you were filming the video?
No.
Oh,
I had already bought it.
done
I
that
bought it for
before.
$2. I bought it for $2, and I was like, Kevin, is this worth it? And
All
he
right,
said,
so Carrie, you might know this better than me. So I mentioned the AI and the translation because the Latino population, I grew up in California. They just loved yard sales. They had yard sales. I see that here. You go down to Raleigh, right?
Yep.
And so I think for our particular niche, translating into Spanish is massive, and there's a couple of very large Spanish-speaking garage sale
there's
channels.
two big
on
ones
YouTube.
in Vegas alone. Yeah.
I actually called Art, and I'm like, dude, somebody's like that. I don't. And I don't think he speaks it, but I don't think he's comfortable enough to be. Maybe you, Carrie, you have these degrees. Are they worthless?
He has like a degree in Spanish and doesn't even know how to speak Spanish.
No, I do know how to speak Spanish.
How do you say? Okay, how do you say whoopie pie in Spanish?
Whoopie pie. Is that? I don't even know what that means in English.
That specific thing. It's the thing next to your head on the picture there. That little cake there. On the podcast. Look
right here.
You don't
on
see
there.
Oh, I don't know what
picture
that
of a
is.
whoopie pie. It's a little
I
cake.
don't know what a
right there?
whoopie pie is. I don't know. That's
pie
like
with little
a.
poo-poos
It's
on
kind
it.
of like a galleta, kind of like a cookie, a galleta.
No, but you got to say. See, he doesn't know Spanish, guys. He's
Whoopie cookie is not a word in Spanish, dude.
All right, fine. Say Dr. Pepper in Spanish.
Hey,
Dr. Pepper.
Oh yeah, okay. It's just Dr. Pepper.
It is.
Fine. Say Coca-Cola in Spanish.
It's Coca. They call
You
it
know
Coca.
nothing.
No, they call it Coca, dude.
All right, fine. How do you
And
say Amazon Echo in Spanish?
It would be Amazon Echo.
This guy's
It's
an
a
idiot.
company. It's a company and a product. Okay, you don't know how this works. I will say this: like Lay's potato chips is Sabritas. It's different. So they changed the name.
Yeah, he knows
and
one word, guys. It's
and it's
Sabritas.
Walkers. Yes, it's Walkers in English.
Walker,
They
like what
changed
Kevin
Lay's-
uses to get around.
what?
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
What language would you choose, Dave? If you could
Puedo
choose
hablar en
3
español
languages.
si quisieran. Podemos hacer
can't
todo
even pull
este video en español si quisieran. Puedo hacemos.
I can't even pull this back.
Okay,
It's
done.
go, Kevin.
I
go.
can't pull
We're
it
ready.
back.
What language
If you had
would
to
I
choose
use?
3 languages to translate your
Cállese,
garage
el
sale channel
viejito
into,
está hablando.
what would it be?
Carrie's just all
El viejito habla, habla. No dice
Okay,
nada. Habla, habla.
Okay, probably Spanish and Canadian. Probably those two.
Dave, you're supposed to say Filipino. I teed this one up
How
for
about
you,
Cuban,
man.
dude? Is Cuban even a
Facebook
language? Do we have a language in our...
Spanish. You speak Spanish
Number-
in Cuba, bro.
Number 2 language for my channel is Filipino.
How do you know?
I don't actually. I'm looking at the
Liar.
metrics, and
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
no. Here's why I know, but I don't actually know language-wise. It's because they can tell you the countries that most watch you, and after the English-speaking ones, it's the Philippines.
Okay. See, because for me, so I'd have to translate to United Kingdom language first.
English,
then
the
Canada
Queen's
language,
English.
then Canada language, and then I'd need to translate to the Australia language. Those are the 3 that I would need to translate to.
You see what I got to
Following
deal
that
with here?
would be the
Good
Philippines.
day!
Yeah, Kevin.
I
Then
made
the
another
Philippines,
mistake.
Then
There
the
you go.
Philippines, then the Netherlands, but they all speak English
Netherlands.
anyways. And then German, and then New Zealand.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's
So
all
mostly,
English, yeah.
mostly English is what you just said.
Mexico, actually a lot, like 1,100 views from Mexico in the last 20
Nice.
days.
For what? Facebook?
That's the NC Pickers YouTube channel.
Okay. 1,000.
You still
That's
doing
a
that?
lot,
I'm
yeah.
telling you.
I still do the YouTube channel. I don't really put much effort into it, but it's still there. No, I did actually finally edit some videos. I've been Kevin style slacking, where I only had 1 left in the hopper. As
Oh,
of
wow. I don't have any in the hopper.
I edited 5 this weekend, but they're short. I'm going to try some short videos. I want to go back and try some short videos and see how they do. I've been doing like 20 minutes plus, yeah. I'm going to go back and try some.
20 minutes is short. I can't put out a video that's not 25
I think I have
to
a
35
video-
minutes.
What happened, Kev, is I was watching your video and I got disinterested at like 17 minutes, and I was like, maybe I should try.
So there you go. See, that's probably why your number. So I have like 37-minute videos, and my retention rate, I'm be like 55, 56%. And I'm happy with that. But for that length of a video, it's pretty good. Plus the RPMs.
Well, my 65% retention is 18 minutes and 50 seconds. Then my 22-minute video has 63% retention.
Okay.
I think it's because with Kevin, it's because like people fall asleep.
No, it's
and,
too
like,
many
the
logos.
video.
They're just like, oh my gosh, enough logos already.
Do you not do transitions, Dave?
I don't do transitions.
You don't do that.
Every now and then I'll do.
Every
now and then I'll do a crossfade. I think transitions are good. I just don't have time for them. Like I just don't think they make a difference.
I don't think they make a big difference. But if you're gonna do transitions, it's more in your mind because I want people to know that yard sale changed. Because I'll cut during a yard sale, but I'm still at the same location. I don't want them to think we're somewhere else. Because a lot of times I haven't paid for something, and they're gonna be like, "You haven't paid for this and whatever."
But I almost put the walk up. I almost always put the walk up. Right, that's my transition is the walk up, and so I don't feel like I need an additional transition beyond the walk up to the garage sale.
I don't really have to worry about that because I find nothing but bangers every episode.
I've heard about that.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're too enthralled by what I'm finding.
No, what really got me, Kevin, was Brandon had done some videos that are like 10 minutes, and I watched them, and I was like, man, I really love how quick this is. Like, I love how it ended fast, and I was like, I'm gonna just try. Like, I've got a 13-minute video coming. And a 15 and an 18 and then a 20. So I've got like longer ones too, but I'm going to try some shorter ones, see how people like them.
I had a viewer comment the other day and they're like, you have no consideration for your viewers' time whatsoever. It's so disrespectful to post a 31-minute video. Like, dude, you don't have to watch it. I'm not making you watch. Yeah. Like, this is ridiculous.
31-minute count. I mean, that's easily 2 videos, Kev. What's
this
the motivation?
This is a Flipper video.
Oh, okay. Video. Yeah, Flipper is easy to get to.
No, my
minutes.
Picker videos are long, dude. Yeah. Shoot, not that long, but some of them. My Flipper, my
you did. Everyday garage sale items that are worth good money is a 30-minute video.
Yeah.
Why not cut it in half?
Because it's not a good.
Produce it at all.
Dude, first of all, if you get, I don't know about you, Dave. He probably puts an ad every 3 minutes, but
every 5 in general, yeah. Every 5 minutes.
Okay, so you can put 2, 3 in your videos then. Yeah. I can put 5 in my videos.
Well, I do 20-minute videos, so I can do like 3 or 4 usually. That's pretty common, yeah. But I don't really do it for the ads. I do it for like the love of reselling.
Yeah, the love of reselling and teaching.
So I mean, to me, I'm not like crafting my videos thinking about ads and QR codes, Kevin, logos.
That's true.
I'm out there just how can I feed the audience information?
The viewers? Yeah.
How can I help the viewers get better?
Dave has a servant's heart. He has a servant's heart.
The heart of a servant. It's been said many times. It's a tattoo on my upper left nipple. Yep. Heart of a servant. It's right near my heart.
Lower
serpent.
Left.
Serpent. They said serpent.
No, that's lower left nipple.
Yeah, lower left nipple. No, yeah, lower left nipple is just a picture of Carrie. That's all that is.
Yeah.
That's just
I actually had both lower nipples, actually.
Yeah.
I spent all my whatnot fake money on Tim over the years.
Not on me.
I bought off of resellers. I've been buying.
You buy the collectibles stuff?
My brother does. Yeah, I bought the Nolan Ryan, Robin Ventura signed picture for my brother.
Nolan and Robin signed it, or just Nolan?
No, just Nolan. You think Robin's gonna sign that?
That would be so cool. I'd love both of them on it. That'd be sick.
Did you have Tim sign it? Did you have Tim sign it?
No. Why would I do that?
Oh, wow.
That seems like a terrible idea.
Shots fired.
And a Lenny Dykstra jersey. And he's the reason I chewed tobacco when I was growing up. Lenny Dykstra. I blame it all on him.
Did you change your thumbnail for resellers rip people off and make a fortune on eBay? The truth one? Wasn't there like a scale, like a truth lies scale on that thumbnail?
Yes,
originally?
I changed that one. Which video is it?
Resellers rip people off and make a fortune.
Oh yeah,
on
Flipper. On Flipper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I changed it.
I thought I remember seeing like is that what it's called? Carry a scale, like the
scale of justice or whatever.
I don't know that I put that one on there. I might have put that on there.
I saw it. I swear I saw it. Look at this. He made me take it at this garage sale, and it's another scantily clad woman being recommended to me, Kevin.
It's just...
What is going on? Yes.
Yeah, Kevin.
How old was the video?
3 months ago, you put a perverse image on your thumbnail. What is wrong with you?
All right, what's the title?
Look at that right there. Right there. Nobody's going to buy them, and there's like a half-naked person on it.
Yeah. The guy did. He's like, he came up, this is a good story. He's like, clickbait. It's not clickbait. It's exactly what happened. And the video today is exactly what happened. So the guy's like, there's a bunch of kids running around, and I'm digging through stuff, and he's like, oh. And he looks around, he's like, just take him, get him out of here. I don't want anybody else seeing him. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? He made me take it.
Dude,
So
what
I
is
took
this? Oh, this is so funny that YouTube is recommending these two videos right next to each other. You guys are going to love this. Carrie, let's start. Before I say anything else, I'm going to say Carrie's a monster. And Kevin, you should sue him. Look at these two thumbnails right next to each other.
I honestly had no idea he did that thumbnail. Though.
No way, no way. Arrows.
I looked. Well, obviously we both use Canva.
In the same font.
We both use Canva. You type in "no way," that comes up.
That's exactly right. Actually, I was going to ask Harry who's doing his thumbnails. He used a different font for a change, and I didn't even know it was mine. But hidden in the basement for decades, I was not the first to do that either. I'm trying to remember. I think Kayla did one of those, and I think Froggy did one of those.
Wow.
Hidden in the basement for decades.
I could do one that's hidden in the attic for decades, because last weekend, I found someone selling a inbox Genesis with the game or something like that, and it was like $250 on eBay when I looked it up. So she was aware of its value, sadly. I was really hoping to rip her off.
Okay, do you notice?
That is what you do. Is it time for jam hands? I'm confused.
No, what are you going to do this month? I think like cranberry sauce would be good.
Is that
I've got one more topic.
Oh, let's
I'm
hear
a little
topic of the
ticked.
week.
First of all, I sent Carrie an ornament, and I have not received a baseball card yet. So
it's coming. It's coming. Oh.
And I sent that ornament. Look at the date. You told me thank you when you got it, which was like 10 days after I shipped it, but whatever.
That's because he doesn't ever go to his P.O. box.
I hear
still
the
think
post
it's
office
unopened.
is doing
I need to open
2% better, 2.9% better this year in delivering first-class mail on time. So there you go. Baldy Pow, I got the calendar. I paid crazy money, which, by the way, you guys had that wrong when you talked about it. I did not pay for the sponsorship of the whole thing.
Josh did. I was wrong, yeah.
I'm like, I don't mind being generous to Gary Sinise, but I ain't paying $1,000
Yeah, I was wrong. You did like the $100 sponsorship, right?
I think that's right. That's right. And I told him I would only do it if I was actually going to be in the calendar, because it's just ridiculous. And I said you should put two people together, and it would be funny. So who would you pick to be in the calendar page with you next year, Dave?
With me? Well, I've not really seen the images. Do you have it? Can you show us the
Yeah,
calendar?
you could have you two. Like,
Carrie, can you show us the calendar?
I don't
have it.
Carrie.
I don't have it.
Where is it, Kev?
It's downstairs.
It's
down
I don't
in
even
the
know what.
supply
The only
hut.
thing I know is that Carrie had like a picture of him with his wiener in a box or something like that. Some weird nonsense.
That is mine. That is mine. Yep.
Does it have to have like innuendo, or can it be appropriate?
I thought that's the problem. I thought it was
Harry
supposed
Tornado
to be
had
somewhat.
His shirt undone, like he's Magnum PI or something.
It was supposed to be
the hair showing.
No, but there was other people who didn't even bring the sexy. They didn't bring it at all, and I thought
Troy
I was supposed.
Brought the sexy.
I thought I was
too much
supposed
Troy
to.
in there. Way too much Troy in those pictures. Way too much.
Oh,
I'm
Troy! I would like
It's
to be
all
on
around
a
the
calendar
supply
page
hut.
with Troy. That would be fun. Me and
No,
Troy.
I'm Shad Juice is who I want to be
You wanna
on.
be a
With.
Shad Juice? Okay.
Yeah, me and Shad Juice topless.
I want to go with the raccoons, John Cincinnati Pickers raccoons.
Oh, that's a good one.
In the dumpster. I want
There's
to be
only
in the
one
dumpster
raccoon.
with the
There's
raccoon.
Ricky and Lucy, but I don't think Lucy's there anymore.
Yeah, Ricky. Yeah, they have a tumultuous relationship.
Tricky like
But
Ricky or lost like Lucy.
I don't.
Yeah, me and Ricky. Me and Ricky is my vote.
I did
You've
want to
got
talk
some
about
explaining
Carrie's
to do.
intense shilling of List Perfectly lately. Like, he is a List
Really?
Perfectly shill.
Really?
How have I been? I haven't talked about it that much. What are you
Bro,
talking
how
about?
much are you
you-
earning from List Perfectly at this point? Like, what? How many?
I don't
people
think
have
I've
signed up?
even. I don't think anyone has. To be honest, I haven't even checked. To be honest, but I don't think anybody has. Honestly,
Well,
pushing
apparently
it
you don't
hard.
put stuff in your Linktree. How are
I'm
people gonna find
terrible
it?
at this. I think the only thing I make any money on with
Okay,
affiliate
Carrie.
is Whatnot.
All
That's
right,
it.
Carrie, put everything in your Linktree. Put your Linktree everywhere, and then get a QR code and start putting them in your video. At the end of your videos or somewhere in your videos, start putting a QR code.
In like the video, the actual
Yes.
physical, and
No,
then they could
don't.
just.
It's so gross.
Yes, it's
so
not
cringy.
gross. It's not cringy.
It is cringe. I cringe.
I don't even mention.
I get.
cringe.
I feel
It's everywhere.
cringy when he
Watch
says it's
TV.
not cringy. To be honest,
Okay. Now
Comment
now that
below.
you
Is
said
it
that,
cringy? Comment below. Viewers,
I'm gonna
weigh
do
There's
in.
a QR code. People drive around with QR codes on their car.
Yes.
Every single booth.
Yeah,
I
and
see
that
there's
is
a QR
terrible.
code.
That's
The
not a
antique
good
booths,
idea.
There's a QR code.
Did
There's
we
a QR
finally
code on every
figure
TV.
out what Kevin's tattoo is gonna be? Is it gonna be your QR code?
That's funny.
That's
You
not
can put
bad.
it
You're at a
here,
yard sale and be
in
like,
the
"Hey,
thing, yeah.
here's my info."
No, just it's right
Dude.
there. You always see your
The
hands.
mark
put,
of the Kevin.
Put put one right here. Put one right here. That's good. I like it. That's pretty funny. Get a T-shirt.
Someone
My dad.
I'll
Put
do a
Uncle
picture of your
Steve with
dad
the QR code
and a
and a
picture of
T-shirt.
Steve. Yeah. Someone reached out to me on Instagram and they said, "Hey, I only resell cast iron, but I went to a yard sale and I've really been craving playing some of the old Game Boy games I played as a kid. And so I asked if they had any old Nintendo stuff, and I think I accidentally failed upwards. And they sent me a picture of a 3DS XL, 3DSi XL, which is like a $150 console, and like 20 DS games." Pokemon Black V2, Pokemon White V2, Pokemon, and they're like all Pokemon games, right? And I was like, how much did you spend? And she's like, 20, but I don't really know how to sell any of this. I only sell cast iron. I don't even have an eBay. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Did you go find all your cast iron? Like, I'll trade you
some cast iron for that haul of you. It's probably like a $500 haul.
Yeah,
and she spent $20 on it. And she's like, I don't know what to do with it. She's like, I might just put it on Facebook. I said,
don't put it on a video because they'll all tell you that's fake, bro. Bro, that's fake.
That's fake, bro. So nonsense. Like, who is buying fake Pokemon games? They cannot be that prominent.
They're for sale on eBay all the time.
But it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to see what's fake and what's not. You look, inside, and if it says Nintendo on the board, there's ways to tell. It's not. Yeah. You got to know what you're doing. You got to have.
But also, like, I don't know. You can almost kind of tell, like, by who the seller is. Like, they're not going to be going and buying their video games on eBay.
I had
a lot
one
of times
listed.
You can tell.
Listen. I had one listed that I bought from somebody, and everything in the lot was real. All of it was real. And that game was fake. And viewers told me it was fake. They could see it. And they were right. They were absolutely right. It was fake.
Well,
so I get you, though, right? I get you. Where, if you buy them all from the same person and they're mostly real, it's pretty good bet it's going to be real, right?
Yeah, either way, the console will make her money. But I'm pretty sure they were real based on the picture she sent me. So, pretty crazy. I was a little jealous, I'll be honest. I'd say if you're going to message us about your huge, awesome finds, make sure you send us your huge, awesome finds.
Yeah, free of charge.
Free of charge.
Yeah, why didn't you say, I'll pay you half what it's worth?
I was tempted to try
why
to buy
didn't you?
I just don't need more inventory. I mean...
That's not it, dude. That's like this big, worth $500, dude. That's
but I didn't
you
want to
might
take
need
advantage.
some inventory here
I didn't
in
want to take advantage.
4 or 5 months.
Oh,
You never
gosh,
know. You just might need it when yard sales cool off down there, heat up.
Yeah.
And
well,
cool
then I'm
off.
just gonna go yard sale touring with you and Carrie.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do the 127? Are we gonna do the freaking Virginia thing?
So
I
hear.
come up there. I really owe
I
Brandon
shouldn't
a visit.
say this, but I hear, and I don't know if I'm wrong, Josh. Tell me I'm wrong, but I hear that you see there was a week in between last year, right? Yeah. I hear there won't be a week in between this year, which would be good for some people, but not good for some other people.
Yeah, I have a day job. It's kind of hard. I'll have to probably pick one or the other, to be honest. I don't know if I can do 2 weeks off of work. Oh, maybe I won't have a job. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Let's start a petition. Fire Dave.
Yeah,
Fire
Kevin,
Dave.
I
He's
heard.
not doing any work.
Don't get me fired, please. Not yet.
Not
Kevin,
yet. Don't get him fired.
I heard you invited all your friends to this Virginia large sale, this 100-mile yard sale in Virginia, but not me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what's up with that?
I haven't invited anybody this year, but everybody who's come in the past is more than welcome to come again.
Specific people that said they're going with Kevin to the big sale, and I'm just waiting on my invite here. I cried.
I invited you to Uncle Mark's. I mean,
I did, and I showed up. I showed up, Kevin.
I did show up.
And I made
Dave,
a video
you are
about
more than welcome. It is not a very good sale.
Yeah, Brandon's told me, but still, it'd be kind of fun to come. I
crushed
owe Brandon
it
a
last
visit.
year.
I owe Brandon a visit, so I might do it.
Come on, you can sleep in the shed.
I'll sleep at his house, honestly, and then
he's got better internet.
Yeah, he's got way better.
Carrie, you can sleep in the shed.
I'll do it. Yeah, I don't care. I have no pride.
Yeah. Well, Kevin,
pride we're talking about is nice. I'm gonna sleep out
nice
there tonight. Apparently.
You asked if we could record early because you must have stuff to do tonight. So let's end the show. Thank you guys for watching Trash to Cash. Make sure you subscribe and unsubscribe from Kevin.